And I just think a lot of things that a lot of these younger men was going through. And that's why I was saying I feel like y'all are right. Everything y'all said about how you should treat the man and how she should do with her son. But just going back to what Biz said, like about what people think, I think that's the reason why a lot of these boys not getting jobs at McDonald's no more. Not really trying to go for Burger King, not really trying to get a career. They trying to stream, they trying to do the music, they trying to be, entrepreneur, but don't even have any really. And I'm not talking about your son, but I'm just talking about the younger generation and the men that's not working. They just feel like I can do something else. I could do something that's more appealing, to the eye. They're too worried about looking a certain way versus being a man, if that make any sense. They just like, I don't want to work there. That lames work there. You
So
feel me? Like
I'm the mom
when
that been in
at the
HR.
McDonald's.
I got my son a job. Like I got him a an
Well,
internship at
You
Sam's
did too
Club.
much. You should have made him get himself a job.
Yeah.
Go out on
No,
but
his
I'm
yeah,
own.
that mom.
Guys, I have
I
a
can pull the
question.
strings. I will do it. I got him an internship as a paid management internship at Sam's Club. So everybody was like, he needs to do that for himself. But I'm like, well, as a parent, aren't you supposed to make sure that your kids have
Does he still work at Sam's Club?
the internship is over? He got a certificate and everything.
But
But
Yeah.
after the
did he
internship, he
work?
didn't get a job. Did he want to work there?
No, college started, but
Oh, okay. So he went to
now he
school.
can't do college because of the whole injury. But that's neither
Okay.
here nor there. But now every time he's like, "Mom, I need you to give me a job."
but when
Yeah.
y'all think about it, how many high school kids do y'all? I don't know about in y'all area, but in my area, I don't even see kids working at McDonald's no more. It be adults or minorities working in
It's
McDonald's.
because
Well,
of
the
the
thing,
well, some
I
of
He
them.
see
help
young
your kids
women
get a better job. Help
working.
your kids get a better job.
I
the
No,
see
thing,
I'm just
young women
saying,
doing
just
it.
starting at a young age, just working somewhere, getting money, building that discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like going back to what Tad said when people switch jobs and stuff. Kids are not even really going for like the regular job.
Luxury.
They want to instantly be like, oh, I'm grown, we popping internet. They see
no,
everything. You
they
feel
not
me? It's
even
not the same.
doing that. In Chicago, I've went into multiple stores, gas stations, and it'll be kids 16, 18, 20, and they, man, big bro, you got $1? Hell no, nigga, walk your ass up in here and get a fucking job, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They
You
too
you
busy.
standing
They
you
either doing that or they scamming in Chicago. So,
No.
guys, I have a real quick question. When we talk about the family dynamic, right, and we spoke about how we should invest more in like having all members of our family stay together until they become accomplished and are able to get out on their own and go after their careers. Do you feel that that only applies to women? Like in most cultures, they'll keep the women until they're married and a man takes them, but then the men have to like go and establish their lives. Do you feel that that only applies to women, and our boys should have to leave the house and figure things out when they're 18 so that they can figure out the world?
Well, I don't know about just figuring it out, just kicking them out. I think you have to give them the right. You got to give them the right set of tools to
Oof.
help guide them in terms of building up their confidence, right? Them being curious about their surrounding and being curious about the world, them instilling the confidence that they need, also the social skills, being able to talk to people, being able to build relationships with people. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have a conversation. I make this joke sometimes. I was like, if you drop me anywhere in like South America, I could get all the way to the US. You know what I'm saying? Just because of how I am and how I'm built, right? And my ability to just communicate and talk to people, etc. Unfortunately, a lot of people can't do that, even if you drop them somewhere, in New York. They can't even get to Jersey. And there are life skills that our young people need that'll challenge. And as long as they have those, I think you can put them in a situation where you give them a little bit of room of freedom to roam and do what they got to do and allow them to grow. You know what I'm saying? Take the training wheels off. But unfortunately, if you don't instill those discipline skills, what hard work looks like, consistency, they're just gonna crash out, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Uh,
and there's something else to keep in mind too is the earlier you start, the better they will be
I
off.
was just going to say that,
Yeah.
Lapeef. Like my children now, they all have chores.
they have responsibilities around the house. I have a soon to be 8-year-old, 9-year-old, and 10-year-old. They're all 1 year apart, and they all have responsibilities. Somebody's clearing the dishwasher and putting the dishes away. Somebody's loading the dishwasher. My oldest son is taking out the trash. Like, and then they're getting rewarded for it as well. So they understand that work yields,
Yeah.
reward. So they're learning about money management. They're doing all of that now. They're like, did we get paid today? You know what I'm saying? And they're learning about how to take some of that money and put it into a savings pot and an investment pot and a giving pot. And I think that regardless of like the what we're doing with them when they turn 18, yeah, you can continue to live here, save your money, all of that. If we're not instilling good work ethic at a young age, I think it will definitely backfire.
So
I
Brittany
would,
just said the hell with Lapeef's answer. He was trying to answer, look, and Brittany said, the hell with you, Lapeef. My answer's better.
Oh, no. I wasn't. I was piggybacking off of what he was saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
but Brittany, I commend you on doing that. But I would say, especially if they're young boys, I would say, don't give them no money for that. This is what you have to do as a young man. This is, you have to clean up the house. You have to clean up after yourself. There's no reward over that. The only reward that you get is having a clean house. That's just what it is. Point blank period. I would also say to all the women on the panel, in the chat, get your young boys into wrestling. Sports is going to teach your children, your young men, how to be confident. I believe that wrestling is probably one of the most intentional and beneficial sports for a young man to be in, for them to be able to apply that later on in life, all throughout life, how to deal with situations, how to become the better version of themselves. But going back to Brittany, stop giving them kids money for cleaning up. That's what they're supposed to do.
I get that. I understand they could get special jobs. My point of doing that was to really teach them about money management. But I hear you.
You can do that
They're,
without compensating them for
for
cleaning up.
sure. I get that.
I'm gonna let JR go ahead first so he can finish. Then I'll go after you, JR.
And I kind of forgot my thought. Something else I want to add to what I was saying too, as well, is that you have to be an example too. It's kind of hard to try to tell your kids to do something that you're not actively doing within the household and just in your general life. You know, they're going to see you doing it. It's almost like biting your nails. They're sitting in the back seat watching you do everything. You're sitting out there, you're biting your nails, and then you tell them don't bite their nails, but they're getting it from you. They're watching every single move. So you have to be a positive example for them and at least try to get your life somewhere back on track. Or if it's not that way, then you should be having conversations, even at an early age, as to why it's not that way. You know, mommy made a mistake. Daddy made a mistake. This is what's supposed to happen. I know this is what you see. This is not the way that it should be. And you just got to kind of start teaching them lessons at an early age. You'd be surprised how smart kids are because they do mimic us. Like, it's amazing to hear them say words that you didn't even know that they even knew, and they apply those words in the correct moment. I'm like, damn, how did you figure that out? So just imagine if you was having actual conversations with them and stop feeding them that BS talk. Like, talk to them like they're real people. You know, talk to them like they got some damn sense. So that they could, the earlier they understand this, like, the better off. And then we'd be wondering why other countries, they be doing a lot of things at an early age, is because their parents has been conditioning them much earlier than what we're doing. Like,
y'all saw that interview?
It's like they are preparing their kids, but we're too busy trying to shelter our kids.
Well, y'all seen them North Korean kids? Whatever.
They be cooking full meals and stuff.
Man,
Yo,
full
watching
meals
those videos
and whooping ass.